Welcome to Sarah Burns and the Invisibles. I think we're on our 46th episode today, and it's feeling beautiful here. I've got some little fairy chimes. Just look at how I'm feeling this morning, this afternoon. Just light and expansive, and really, really prepared and ready to support all these beautiful questions today. So how this works for anyone that's new popping on is that this is an opportunity for you to bring forth a question for yourself, for humanity, or for the planet. And me and my invisibles, so a crew of spirit mentors that I've been working with since a little girl, will work together on offering insight, clarification, guidance, support that we feel is applicable to what comes to the forefront of your mind. Also setting the intention that everything that comes up today is for the benefit of all beings. It's really here as an offering to helping move old patterns, helping create space possibly where there was a feeling of restriction or limitations, and knowing that sometimes wisdom, sometimes just a simple moment of guidance can really open up just that place in you that's been contracted or feeling lost, or those blind spots that we have. I know I've experienced a lot of that in my life. And I'm so grateful for all those beautiful beings that have helped me with my blind spots. So that being said, let's see who we've got. We've got hello everyone that is popping on. We've got Katie. You made it again. Wonderful. I'm so glad that the message last week was helpful for you. So something that I've been feeling recently is in the last few days with this Taurus new moon, as I'm exploring what is the energies of Taurus, and a lot that comes up is this idea of like the worldly luxuries too. So working with the earth and working with the rewards that come in life. It's a time of receiving the rewards. And I really have been feeling that. And I've just been sponsored to go to Spirit Weavers, which is one of my dreams I've been holding for a whole year. It's this beautiful gathering with 500 women down in Oregon. So I'm going to be taking a little trip in a couple of weeks to go do that. And so kind of weaving together a mini tour, because I like to multiply and work with what I've got. So if anyone is, hello Christian. So if anyone of you are on the way to Oregon from Canada, I'm thinking of stopping in Portland and maybe doing an offering in Portland and then maybe an offering in Ashland. So that being said, my first question, how this works is I always get the first question in, and something that I'm playing with right now is this feeling of being able to allow more spaciousness for what wants to come through in my life, and also for people that are holding great vision. And so that's something that I've been feeling about recently, and finding a lot of connections with people that are holding a great, powerful vision, something that is really calling forth energy and resources from way more than just one person, and what it is to sit in that seat of holding a vision, and what that dedication requires of us to not just articulate that vision, but to start making the commitment and the steps towards bringing in those pieces, bringing in those players, bringing in that finances. Where do all this come from, and how to sit on the seat of a vision and be open to also allowing your own patterns, in my experience, my own patterns, to move out of the way, patterns that have been in some ways restricting myself from stepping into a vision that is beyond my own means. And that's, as I explore this idea, it's exploring trust, right? It's exploring trust that those that are coming to help and be part and magnetize to these visions that we may carry as visionaries, as luminaries of our time, just trusting in their capacity to hold and be in integrity with their role, each unique role that we all play. And so the question I have for the Invisibles today is if there's any guidance towards vision wielders, towards, hello, Allison, And for questions, if you want to so for private questions, you're welcome to send me a private message. Unfortunately, I've been recently having a hard time accessing them because my internet at home is a lot slower and it's kind of janky. But I can do my best. And if you have sent a private message to either my Facebook, ideally through Sarah Burns, I think would be best if you're my Facebook friend, or through my Facebook page, then just remind me if I'm not getting to it, because there's can be a lot of traction here. So anyways, so getting to my question, which is if there's any messages from the invisibles towards space holders and those that are holding a big vision that's beyond themselves, if there's any guidance. So let's see what they have to say. Firstly, remember that the keys that open the door aren't always as obvious as to which door they open. So if you're holding a vision, you could see that vision as a key, where it's holding and embodying this image, this vision, this calling, that you're holding a key to some potentiality. But it doesn't necessarily mean that the door is right in front of you, that finding access for that vision to be birthed in this life is as easy as that. Sometimes it is. But a lot of the time, it's up to you as a vision wielder to listen to and follow the signs and guidance around you that are a response to your needs. Sometimes the guidance around you is even a personal support. That's here. That's here to move any blocks or stagnation in your own body that is getting in the way of you being able to receive the tools required to bring your vision to the forefront of this world. So if you're holding a vision that is beyond you, understand that working on you is also part of that. It's also part of paving the way to making it happen. For you must be clear as you possibly can. Clear of obstacles around doubt, scarcity, confusion of what needs you have. Because if you are not sure of your needs to feel grounded and stable, to feel nourished, then it may be very easy to become depleted and stressed and spread too thin. So that no matter what your vision is, if the foundation is based on that, then it can crumble. So for you, vision wielder, holder of something beyond yourself, greater than your own perceived capacity. Remember that the moment you commit to this vision, life is going to show you what's in the way of you receiving it. Don't necessarily see that as a block or as the universe giving you signs that you're on the right path. Perhaps these blocks are actually just showing you what needs to be addressed to continue to move forward. Thank you. I like that one. Wielders of vision, those that are holding something beyond yourself. So let's see who we've got today. I know we have Katie on, we got Christian on, Allison, Donnie, so wonderful. So let me see if there's any private messages first. Do my best. And while I'm waiting that, how is your days going? I hope each of you are having just whatever perfect day is necessary for you on this day. Let's see. I'm just taking a moment, seeing if there's any private messages. I'll take a moment, so I'll get to what I can see here. All right, so the first message I'm seeing is from Donnie. And Donnie, hello, Donnie. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Wonderful. Hey, Tammy. Yeah, it's so gorgeous. I've got hummingbird feeder outside and bees inside. All right. Any words of wisdom for me today? I can use some clarity. Ooh, hi, Tammy. Maybe that's a signal for me. I can use some clarity today. All right, here we go. So this is for Donnie. You're not getting quite to the big picture. It's not because you're not open to see the bigger picture, but that there's something that's limiting you, that's connected to a vision that is out of integrity with the soup you're creating, so to speak. Oh, they're kind of popping out. They're kind of showing me this image of, it feels like there's somebody potentially in your life that, I don't know if they have this vision that's like, or maybe you're collaborating on vision, or it feels like there's kind of like a vision or something that's coming forth that isn't necessarily in sync with what you truly want. It might be close. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it feels like on an energetic level, it's whatever, and this can happen in life. So if we are creating ideas or brainstorming with different people, even if it's just brainstorming and bringing up our visions and our ideas, and people kind of want to come in on that, or they have something similar, it's really important to remember how to hold yourself really solid in the foundation of what you're being called to work with or offer. And in that being said, knowing that sometimes what can happen is that when other people's visions or ideas are close enough, they can almost it can be easy to get almost our energy kind of swirled. And this doesn't go for everyone, for me, it can happen because I get really excited about what people are doing and want to fill in the missing pieces. But learning how to really listen to, is this actually in integrity with what your needs are right now to, I don't know if it's to form with this, and if this isn't aligning, if this doesn't make sense, but it does feel like there's someone connected to this, that just to get clear with what you're actually capable or desiring to put your energy towards right now in life. And that's actually a really admirable, loving, compassionate thing to do. So that's a little bit of guidance for you. I don't know if that resonates. And so blessings on you, just fortifying your own sense of knowing so that it can become clear if other energies are influencing you in a direction that really isn't in integrity with your direction, even if it might be a beautiful one. There you go. All right, so moving on. Whoop, there's someone at my door. Hello.
Hi, it's Annabelle.
Hey, Annabelle. Welcome to Sarah Burns and the Invisibles Facebook Live. So moving on. Oh, you're welcome, Donnie. So the next question, I'm going to check to see if I've gotten a private message. I think I might. As I said, it can be a little tricky to find them. Okay. And so the message I see here is, before I read it, and Annabelle, if you just want, if you can't find the tool, or if you find it, you can just like bring it to the window and I'll be like, yay, nay. It's like a green handled thing by our tool shed.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, so the question is there any message I should know in general, and how is my life going to be affected if I continue what I'm doing? Okay, so this is for Amy. And so to continue what I'm doing work-wise, basically looking for guidance on my current situation, and if there is a warning. Oh, didn't read that. Just if there's any guidance on your current situation. Okay, so is there any message I should know in general, and how is my life going to be affected if I continue what I'm doing? Okay, let's see. And just wait a minute. And to use it, you should use it in the other direction. So you flip it around so that it's kind of, and then you like. All right, ciao. All right, that was somebody coming by to pick up a tool for farming. All right, so this is if there's any guidance for Amy around the current life direction. Here. And if anyone wants to share this too, if you ever want to share it, I'm trying to keep it smaller, but you're welcome to share it. Hello, Ezra, on your page. Here we go. So an old motto, oh, they're kind of popping out. So something that they're showing me is, I kept hearing like, don't do it because you want to, do it because you need to. And it feels like it's almost this like old pattern, perhaps, that needs to be kind of woven or unwoven from your being. And maybe it's ancestral too, who knows, but they're showing me that like the importance of, with this work you're doing, that's interesting. They're saying something about like collateral, like this idea that what are you, it's like, what are you putting out in exchange? Or I'm not quite sure how to understand that, but let's see. You need to let go of this symphony that is speaking so much to you. And part of that is that we're noticing that there's some background noise in your life. And part of it, like we had shared, is connected with changing patterns of making choices because of a need and not necessarily because of a want? What if to want something was a need? That those two could actually come together as one. And in that, how are you desiring and designing a platform for yourself that actually takes into consideration the truth that you're holding for life? Because what we're noticing is that there are some simple truths that you hold. And these are the different layers. Oh, they're kind of popping up. They want me to describe this. So they're saying that in our lives, we have these different layers of truth, right? Or different layers of beliefs, so to speak. So there is small beliefs, there's these like beliefs that are kind of waverable. Maybe they can change as we get older, as we understand more. And then there's these bigger beliefs that are more embedded in us, whether they're like deep cultural beliefs, embedded through our ancestry. And it kind of gets deeper and deeper until you have genetic beliefs, which are actually like in our bodies, right? Like they're so tricky to move. And understanding that part of like what they're getting at with you is to explore this belief that to do something because you need to, not because you want to, and what the opposite of that would be. Because, and maybe that's because to explore in this current job that you're working at, is there a bit of that belief in play? And if it is in play, to make sure that you're consciously choosing that, right? Because you can consciously choose to take actions because you need to, not because you want to. It's life. We don't necessarily always want to do what we're doing. Though the more we do, it's more enjoyable. I'm so grateful for my life that I have a lot of that. So to kind of explore going into that would be really, really helpful for you, I think. Because as you shift out of that pattern, then it'll become clearer if other options are even coming available because of your shift in that pattern. I don't know if that's helpful, but that's you, my dear. All right, so moving on. And hello, everyone that has popped on. We've got Ezra, Alexandra, Lopez, we've got Clifford, everyone else that we've said hi to before. All right. Oh, it looks like Amy sent me a message. It feels like I'm not supposed to fully get into that right now. Your last little tidbit. So the next question is from Katie. And Katie says, my question for today is curious to my spirit guide. I have a deep attachment to my spirit guide. My dreams with him are profound, but the emotional attachment is so deep. Once I see him and then he doesn't come back for a while, I get a deep depression. Someone suggested that he is really my animus, but there is no anger attached to him. Just a deep love and appreciation and safety feeling. Could this be something I've generated myself? Is it possible to love a spirit guide? Well, this is where it gets interesting, is understanding that sometimes our spirit guides, actually, we've had experiences with them. They might be a beloved from another life that's here to support us in this life with a different arrangement. And so that's something to maybe feel into, because if he's continuing to arise and that there is a certain relationship like that, there's two directions you can go with it. Because something that I've felt for a long time is understanding that sometimes these messages and these visions come in either from a spirit guide, or they might actually be coming from a physical person on this planet. And in this journey of being detached physically, they can come through in messages. And so this could be possibly, and this is, if this isn't true, but like there's ideas that we have these beloved soul partnerships, right? These soulmate contracts. And that they can come to us at different times, especially if there's a need to be really feeling that sense of safety in our life. And so for you, the feeling that we have is that, let's see what they have to say. If you're finding safety and comfort with him, if it's helping your nervous system, your spinal cord lengthen, your nervous system relax, your hips expand and open, this is a beautiful thing. Where it can become confusing is when your energetics are wired so intrinsically with him that it's hard for you to create the space for that same relationship in your life that you feel on the spirit plane. Because there can be a soul arrangement or a soul commitment to these not quite physical beings that in some ways create alliances and allegiances that can disconnect us from embodying this relationship and this